So we have been protecting our water pump with plywood for months, like months and months. But today we are trying to change that. These earth blocks aren't just for this pump. We are trying to use these same blocks to build our house with. So I'm trying to put them to the test. Starting small, but I think it's gonna be a very, very important structure. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to Lee's Living Out of the Norm, where we are building off-grid in Arizona desert using interlocking compressed earth block we made ourselves. Today's goal is replacing the makeshift pump shelter with something stronger, cooler, and reusable for the future. It took a little bit, but finally got this removed. So I'm trying to level this cinder block and of course the around pump so I can stack the blocks. Will be nice once it's all done. This is nice and level here. It's pretty windy today. It's definitely better than yesterday or day before though, because we could not do anything. This is level also, that's good. So now I have to measure how big cage that we're gonna make, because it depends on our size of the blocks. So this is 30 centimeter and 15 centimeter. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna try to kind of guesstimate how many we have on the one side and the other side. We have to go all the way here because Eric made a little connection for the actual house. So this is the one with the little excess hoses to go into our trailer, just in case we have to do any filtration system in between in the future. I'm just doing this to see how many blocks or how many rows of blocks that I need. This looks about right. I think this is the size we're gonna go with. It is so windy that camera is falling everywhere. My hats are going everywhere, so it's kind of annoying. But 2.5 and 4 on the long side. Now I have to level it. I'm gonna just use a little hand shovel and a little rake, the hand rake, and do little by little. So I'm doing the initial leveling. I'm trying to go off of this because this is the one closest to the cinder block. If I start it from the other corner, I might not be perfect and I'm gonna fit these blocks to the cinder block. At the level, looks okay. Looks alright. Level, what should I put a little bit more? Maybe I should a little bit more up. I really do feel like I'm not really cut out for this kind of tedious work, like making perfect level. And then I feel like so overwhelmed quickly. Eric is pretty patient and he's smart, so he can do everything without really thinking. But I think I'm gonna do little by little, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna start over because I don't want to think too much. Because then if I think, it's not gonna even start. So I'm gonna just do it and see how it goes. So this is not the permanent structure. I'm just doing it for experiment. In the future, this is gonna be a lot bigger building with storing the wellhead, water filtering system, and a breaker box for the house. So far, it looks pretty nice. We could just buy shed to cover this area up to protect my pump shelter. But no fun in that. You know, this is a lot of work, but I think all the outcome is great than the hard work we have to put in. I'm having fun. So I broke 5 blocks. I'm gonna finish this second layer. I think it's good enough. I have to kind of level each time to make it everything is somewhat level. But I feel pretty good about this. Hopefully you do too. Great thing about the interlocking compressed earth block is, as the name, it interlocks, and we can dry stack it. So it's looking like this right now. So I think I have to do 4 layers, possibly. I have to make a little hole with this PVC pipe it's gonna go through. Finally, wind died down, so we're gonna stack as many blocks as possible and see how it looks. So let's talk about the blocks I use for this pump shelter. These aren't the perfect ones. In fact, most of these blocks are irregulars, as you can tell. Some are cracked, some are part of early test batches, and a few of them are just looking pretty ugly. This shelter doesn't need to be super strong like a house wall. It's the perfect place to test how these experimental blocks hold up. I marked each of the blocks with percentage of clay I used in the mix, so each one starts to wear down faster than the others in the sun, wind, or rain. We'll know exactly which recipe performed better. The rest of it is our native soil, a bit of water, and about 10% of Portland cement. Strong enough to stack and protect the pump, but still soft enough that I was able to chisel a groove for the PVC pipe to come through. I really enjoyed this process. I could have been using better blocks, but for this will do it. And just like that, our old plywood pump shelter is gone, and now we've got a fresh start with these earth blocks stacked and ready. Like I mentioned earlier, we used a bunch of miscellaneous and imperfect blocks for this project. Cracked ones, test blocks, all kinds of leftovers. But honestly, I think it is turned out pretty good still. What do you guys think? And this is a final look. We topped it off with a roof made entirely from recycled aluminum cans. Cheap, creative, and actually kind of beautiful in its own way. In our next video, I'll show you exactly how I made those aluminum can tiles, step by step, so you can try it too. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think or hear your ideas. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.